The Foo Fighters return with a brand new single called Today's Song. This is a release that is kind of marking the 30th anniversary of their first album, and I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting to see new stuff from them quite yet. It was like, what, a year ago that everything with them kind of blew up a little bit when it turned out that Dave Grohl was in fact a randy little horn dog and had fathered another child with a woman that was not his wife, and he kind of went on a bit of an apology tour. Foo Fighters cancelled all their gigs. They sort of went into a little bit of a hiatus while everyone kind of dealt with that. And it is a shame because I feel like Dave Grohl has got such a glowing sort of like reputation in every other aspect of himself. He's been in part of some of the most landmark music ever written, especially in the last 30 years, 40 years. With multiple projects from Nirvana to obviously Foos to Them Crooked Vultures to drumming on Queens. You know what I mean? Like, this guy has been everywhere, and he's always seemed like a great guy, but apparently his biggest vice, at least that we know of, is he just cannot keep his willy under control. Anyway, I was not expecting them to drop a sleeper brand new single, which, interestingly, apparently the album artwork for this one is designed by one of his daughters, the middle one, I believe, which clearly has some indication of bridges being built and so on and so forth. But yeah, I have already heard a few people talking about this one. One of my young co-workers came out and said he was a little disappointed because it was a bit slow, which that is fine. I thought this might be more of a kind of, I don't know, thoughtful piece reflecting on, the death of Taylor Hawkins and, just reflection on the various comings and goings of the band, the up and downs, that kind of thing. So I'm not surprised it's going to be a bit slower. I'm trying to think, when was the last time they released anything and did I listen to it? Oh, yeah, so we had, but Here We Are, which I did not listen to a lot of. In fact, did I listen to this at all? I'm actually not convinced I did. Oh, no, I heard Rescued. So actually not that long ago, 2023. And then before that, yes, we had the DGs thing. That was great. Medicine at Midnight was a good album. Actually, that had a couple of good tracks on it. I particularly liked Holding the Poison. That song's great. But honestly, underrated sleeper albums. Concrete and Gold is so good. Front to back, that album is awesome. Maybe it coincided well with me because I had my first car did not have any way to do Bluetooth or sort of MP3, so I relied solely on CDs, and I got a physical copy of Concrete and Gold, and I listened to it a lot. So, anyway, let's have a listen to Today's Song and see just what the state of the Foo Fighters is nowadays. Oh, hello. It's loud. Screaming for change. I knew that okay. Are we in for a slideshow is the first question. Music video wise, it's kind of fine. I can imagine it's going to have lots of reflection-y stuff in it. But kind of like powerful opening, just coming in with just the vocals with Dave's very, very iconic voice. With I can't tell if that's like a very low bass or whether there's like a sort of synthy thing going on there. So here lies a shadow, ashes to ashes, dust into dust. Oh, that's definitely... Oh, yeah, I can definitely hear organ in the background of that, which is nice. I'm always a fan of an organ. Even if you want to go with, like, sort of slower, sadder stuff, it works across the board. In fact, this is kind of giving me shades of... is it When Bad Does Good? The Chris Cornell song that they released posthumously, which absolutely broke my heart when I heard it. I'm not sure. Either way, yes, big fan of organs. You know that nothing can nice harmony. Don't let this cruel world compare you. It's a very nice kind of thick tone considering how little is actually going on. The two harmonies are really, really good. Nice the way they're kind of like interacting with each other. One's going down and one's going up. The divergence there is a nice touch. They're sort of like slow guitar chords are nice. It's all got this very kind of nostalgic feel going to it, which I kind of expected it might. Oh, no. Waiting for minor chord change, okay. Ooh. Okay. Nice. All right, I was not expecting that to be the way that this bit kicked in. That's awesome. It took me completely by surprise. I thought maybe the entire song was going to sound like the first minute, but nope. That nice little lead guitar line kicking in there just as the drums start to go as well. Awesome. All right, I'm curious to see where the rest of this goes now. Okay. kind of wish they'd done more photographs. If you're going to do a slideshow, maybe have like 10, 50. I'm sure there are enough pictures of Dave Grohl in the world to be able to fill 3 minutes 15. But yeah, no. Okay, I'm quite liking the way this is going. It's got that kind of like light as out, kind of like anthemic feel to it. It's quite emotional. But it's not got no teeth, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just a very, very soft acoustic-y thing. Ooh. And then as soon as I say that, that iconic Dave Grohl kind of growl came in there. I really love Dave Grohl's growl, his screech. So when he adds the vocal fry to stuff, it's just perfect for me. It's just where my taste lies with that kind of stuff. I don't like people who, honestly, I don't like people who don't, but I find it grating after a while when you just have the entire way through, just sprinkled in. And when he hits those high notes with that passion, that's part of that Dave Grohl special sauce, methinks. Also interesting, I'm very curious who is drumming for this. I saw in an article before I started filming this that they just didn't say, they didn't comment on who is the drummer for this. I wonder if it's Dave, who knows? I mean, go back to Foo Fighters' origins and have all of the parts be played by him, where you know he's more than capable. But yeah, no, the way that kind of chorus has kicked in there as well, the way that it's kind of filled out with that today's song, and then the drums kind of like doing a few fills to kind of bring us back out into what I'm assuming is going to be another slightly slower verse, but probably with the rest of the instruments still present. We'll see. Those little fills are actually really nice. The way that the music kind of flows in there, you get this kind of like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, with the vocals, and then you kind of, it takes a second, and the riff changes, and you have a couple of drum fills, and the guitar does something a bit more interesting, and then you go back into that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's actually really nice kind of balance between those two things. It keeps it from feeling too repetitive, I think. Yeah. Ooh, okay. So the actually are just going straight back into that like really stripped down stuff for the verse again, which is again those really heavy transitions are quite effective. The way that it kind of kicks out and it's sort of like the section is marked with a big cymbal hit, not a cymbal hit, a snare hit or some sort, and then now we're back straight into this kind of like slower, more stripped down part. Okay, no, that dropout was really, really effective. Just having that go out there for a second and then having the drums come in on that 2 days, like slightly offbeat, slightly, midway through a bar entrance again for that really heavy kind of like drum fall is awesome. It does feel a little bit, now I've said that, repetitive after a while. It's basically only got 2 big musical ideas in there that are kind of being rotated between. But that being said, actually that kind of stuff is quite Foo Fighters coded anyway. They just do it really, really well. Okay, nice ending too. Well, that was definitely more, I don't know, sort of not passionate exactly, but it definitely had more energy to it than I was expecting it to, especially based on the beginning part. I like the way that the sort of ebb and flow of it went from these kind of like much slower, more thoughtful parts, well, not slower, but much sort of like more reduced, less energetic, straight into those like really powerful vocals for the chorus there. The way that the drums kind of flowed and that was really nice. A couple of sections where they kind of drop in and drop out of the larger band stuff was really effective. Like when the way that first verse transitioned into the chorus the first time when everything kicks in took me by surprise. I really liked it. The riff was quite nice. The chord progression is actually surprisingly complicated. I like that as well, the way that it kind of flows with the melody. It does deliver this kind of like poignant sort of look back over their career kind of feel to it. It's got that nostalgic kick to it. I feel like the lyrics were a little bit on the nose in terms of being a bit cliched, but again, that's sort of their thing. It's kind of fine with Foos. You know, there are certain bands that kind of just get a pass because it's what they do, it's what they brought up with, and actually they somewhat invent the feeling of that as well. Like, no one's getting mad at Green Day for not having particularly deep lyrics. Same with Muse, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of stuff, these bands that are such tent poles of the industry, they definitely get a pass for that kind of stuff. So that's fine. It was definitely not the most grabbing song. Like, I don't find myself wanting to go back and sing that really loudly in the car. I can see that being good live, maybe as sort of like a encore or something like that, but it doesn't have that like immediate kind of urgency, like really grabby chorus, which is fine. I don't think that was the point of the song. I'm very curious to know whether this is going to be attached to another album, whether that was a one-off for now and they're still kind of mending bridges, but I'm pretty sure Foos are playing in Mexico or something quite soon, so I'm going to guess that, you know, basically all systems go again, so maybe this is the beginning of a new kind of album. It's kind of nice to have that stuff come out like 30 years away from the first album. It's nice kind of way to spring the cycle forward and carry on with a new chapter. So we'll have to see. I'm hoping that if this is a part of a new album, that the next stuff will be a little bit more energetic. But I don't know. Not everything has to be the exact genre that I like myself. I'm sure there are plenty of people who really, really love this for that. So, yeah, I know. I think that's probably all I've got to say on that one. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think this is a kind of like return to form? Are you happy to see this kind of stuff come out? Do you like the poignancy? Or would you also like it to be just a little bit more kind of upbeat? Which I know it can't all be, but there you go. Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Follow me on the socials. That would be amazing. Like, share, subscribe, all of that crazy stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.